My screenplay is entitled Burden of Treasure. Burden of Treasure follows Prince Mad Dog, who was a prince of northern Wales, and he left Wales in 1170. And he discovered America, according to Welsh folklore. His character spoke to me as this rowdy, fun-loving, boisterous, loved to fight, loved to drink, very strong personality, very strong about who he was and how he was. And so the story follows him being exiled by his father. So I had it that 9 of the brothers had to go, just because he wanted a smooth succession when he died. And he sent Mad Dog the furthest away because he's such a pain in the butt. So he sent him to Jerusalem. He thought, okay, you love to fight, go to the Crusades, that's where the action is. So he gets there, but his father sent a sniveling younger brother with him. And his father said, you don't return home unless your sniveling little brother also returns home. So all of a sudden this guy who is all about him and whatever he wants, he has to take care of this little brother and make sure he gets all the way back home. So they go to Jerusalem, they get into trouble, and the story really follows him adapting to this new role of becoming a brother's keeper instead of all about himself. And there's a lot of humor in the story. There is fighting, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of issues about brotherly love and brotherly issues and power and concern about power. And there are snippets of historic accuracy as well. The idea came from, I met someone in 1999 who was getting her doctorate in Celtic studies. And she told me this amazing story about Prince Mad Dog that I had never heard of. And it's Welsh folklore, so you never know about folklore and being accurate. So I was fascinated with the character and what it might mean, and I thought, okay, here's a guy who just left, but people are still talking about him. Even Queen Elizabeth sent like a search party to try to find him so that they could have more of a claim to America. And so I was tempted with that, but more it was the story of this character of a strong personality. And what would it take to transit a strong personality to something different? So going from all about him to something different is a pretty big transit. The issue for me about any character is really kind of the balance between their physical character and their spiritual nature, and the uneasy alliance that we all seem to have with the things that we don't know, the uncertainties of life. And so I saw him being very strong, but also it's like the issues about character and how we open up and change shows up in all my screenplays. I actually went to Wales. I saw the place that he was supposedly born in. I saw the place where supposedly his ship left, there's a little sign and all this stuff. But it's like, that helped me get in touch with the character. But it did take me about 7 years to finally write the character and do him justice. And I had a great time writing it. Anytime a writer really gets into the shoes of a character, the writer changes too. So I experienced a lot of the stuff that I was writing about, and it was just great, Dramas, I have some science fiction stories, I have a tragedy, I have a fable story, a family dramas, wide kind of net, of things that interest me.